9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Y'all, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad. The screen seems like hella blurry. And now it seems blurrier. Oh, let's try this thing. My name is, that's a little bit better. My name is TK Trinidad, and this is Women's Wrestling Talk WWT Live Edition. We got so much to discuss. First, before we get into it, first and foremost, let us know where you're hailing. Let us know where you are hailing from, what city, what state, what country, all that good stuff. Because our super chats are open, y'all. So what does that mean? That means for $2 or more, you can ask, you know, what I've been up to, why I look so tired, all of that good stuff. I kind of want to start with this. If you have been with us this past weekend, we did do a watch along and post show for the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano match that happened over at MVP in Los Angeles. Now, here's the thing. Y'all let me know how y'all was feeling about this match, this fight. The story with it was just kind of very crazy. So if you listen to the show, you kind of know I am a huge fan of Ronda Rousey. And I kind of, read both, or I think it's 2 or 3 of her books. So I could see why people feel like her match with Gina was a little bit of a work, meaning that, she tapped out in 17 seconds. But this is not the first time Ronda has tapped out. And Shayna Baszler kind of came to, I don't want to say her rescue because Ronda doesn't need no rescue. Shayna Baszler pretty much was saying, like, she's done this before, y'all. I think that wrestling fans have an issue with Ronda because of her stint with WWE. But before I get into my whole thesis and my opinion on this, the councilman has arrived and has decided to join us. Shout out to MDB 999, not big money TK, just TK. What's up, Will? How you doing?
Well, I'd hate to have been at that match.
Why?
I'd ask for my money back. Man, I don't ever want to hear nobody say wrestling is fake. I don't never want to hear it ever again. With the way that shit was scripted, I don't never want to hear nothing.
Wow, you're one of the people who think it was scripted. Okay, why do you think it was scripted?
First of all, it was scripted because look who fighting. It's Ronda and Gina. Like, this is a scripted fight. All this was Gina passing the torch to who it really should go to. Gina started it, but Ronda's the one that took that stuff to new heights, and everybody always wondered what would happen. And that was it. Like, they're not finna give us a real fight. Like, Gina is about to just won her lawsuit and is about to go shoot for Star Wars. So you can't mess this up. You can't be physically injured doing this stuff. Ronda is the only thing that is what you said. Like, is Ronda capable of doing that? Absolutely. So that's what the believable part was. It isn't the thing of like, oh no, like that would have never happened. Like, no, Ronda could put somebody out in 17 seconds with that arm bar. Like, don't knock that. Like, that girl, like, if you know her career, then you know why that's possible. And I mean, before MMA, like when she was into her judo stuff, like if you know what that girl does, then you don't question that she could do that in real life. But the fact of like Gina and all of that stuff coming in, I was like, yo, there's no way they're finna give us a real match. There's no way. There's no way they're really finna punch each other. There's no way we're finna to see this go past a round. Especially after watching the other fights, I was like, yo, and I told my friend when I said that, I was like, yo, watch this be over in like 8 seconds.
But that's what she's known for, though.
Yeah, we know that's what she's known for. But when you see who you're facing over there, it's like, yo, this is not finna be the fight everybody think it is. They finna come in. The entrances lasted longer than the fight itself. I was like, yo, she finna tap, and both of them are finna collect the most easiest check for walking into an arena, doing a roll, and then tapping out. work. Straight work. And Jake Paul is in charge of this. Where does his brother work? Work. All of this was a work. And I ain't mad at it. Look, listen. It comes a time where fixed sports need to finally get aired out. We've been saying, everybody want to say, wrestling scripted, so it's not real. All y'all shit fake. You really think there ain't people in big wigs that are betting dumb amounts of money on who gonna win, and you don't think that there's people that's trying to fix that to win in their favor? Come on now. I knew that when NFL made Super Bowl shirts for both teams. I was like, something is afoot here. Why y'all?
Yes, the losing team, the kids in not so great countries get the losing team shirt. That's been documented and known for.
But you know what I found out? There are no losing team shirts because they don't print those.
We've seen pictures. Well, I've seen pictures.
Those are I'll tell it to you offline. I found out about this scam. They know exactly who's going to win. Also, too, they tell you who's going to win in every Super Bowl new logo they show. They tell you who's going to win.
It's like the peach for the housewives.
If you look at every of all these logos of Super Bowl, the team that wins color somehow matches the Super Bowl logo.
So why not Dallas? Dallas is like the NFL's favorite hated redheaded stepchild, and why not Dallas winning after all these years?
Because you make more money off of them losing.
Okay.
Fake. Now we know where Vince is at. Now we know where Vince is working. I was laughing.
MDB 999 saying these are definitely losing. There are definitely losing team shirts. My cousin played in 2 Super Bowls. I mean, yes, he has said that before.
There ain't no more. That stopped a while ago. That stopped at like 2015. That stopped.
Okay.
I can prove it. I just ain't gonna put it up on here because I ain't getting.
Well, I am siding with Shayna and Ronda. I don't think it was scripted. I definitely could see on the side of, and this is what I said on the watch along and post show. I definitely, when you look at both Gina and Ronda, you see that Ronda stands to gain more from the win versus Gina. I think that the time Gina spent in MMA didn't get as many accolades as Ronda did, just because of the Ronda and stuff. There's people who have no idea who Gina is as far as in the MMA space. So by her getting this win to mainstream media, and this is where I'm always kind of talking about the return on investment and etc., it makes more sense for Ronda to win. Now, do I think it's scripted? No, but do I think that coming in the training, like Gina lost 100 pounds and all this other stuff, do I think that in the moment that she was on the ground, she's like, do I fight this out for what? There's no title on the line. I'm going to be going back to do a movie. Let me just I think it's kind of one of those things. She came in with the good intentions, but when you find yourself on your back, you're like, here we are.
But
I don't think they talked it over and say, look, you're going to take this dub. I don't think that's what happened.
So we just go ignore every boxing fixed match. In the third you go down. So I don't think she had to talk to Ronda about it. Somebody got a talking to though of hey, listen, how you want this to play out? Look, she gonna most likely go for an armbar, which we know Ronda do all the time. It's hey, okay, listen, if it go down, I'm tapping.
You don't want to see Ronda. You don't want to see Ronda to finish in any other way. If she finished any other way other than her signature armbar in her probably what she said, because she's going to make some babies, her most likely last match in MMA of her career, then why not go out on the armbar?
Oh yeah, no, but that's for me and anybody else that is not believing that and focusing that on Ronda. That's where I'm saying they're wrong at. You can't say it's fixed because of what she did with her arm bar. It's that's her. She's going to use that arm bar at any point in time. And if she get it locked in, you a better person than me if you can tap out, if you can get out of it. But most of the time, you tapping or that arm finna break. But that's not the reason why I'm saying it's scripted. I'm looking at Gina to show there's no way. There's no way y'all didn't know this was about to happen, or y'all didn't have this plan to where y'all all collect the check. 17 seconds. 17.
It's not like she hasn't done it before, though. If you look at
no. Again, I get it from Ronda's point, but if I'm a promoter, I'm at least being like, hey, at least give us 2 minutes. At least give me one. Give me a minute and 30 seconds. Y'all can dance around a little bit or anything. Like that girl ran in. Oh no, she took me down. Let me. You ready? You ready for this? Oh, the armbar. Oh, I'm tapping. Oh, I can't get out. Oh, I tried my best. I so tried my best to see if I still got it. Them fucking promos before that fight pissed me off. I was like, as soon as Ronda started talking, and that's the thing too, like, go back and watch the promos before the fight started. I'm like, this shit is fixed.
Well, in the promos, in the interviews, both Ronda and Gina said there's no, because oftentimes we see some of these matches, not in particular when I think now the Jake Paul matches, but like these matchups where there's either hate or there's not hate, but there's like, I'm going to beat this bitch. And you did not get that feeling from Ronda and Gina. There's a mutual, it seemed like there's a mutual respect, which you could do both, but in their interviews, it was just like, I'm going to beat you. It's like Ronda's like, I respect you, you're the reason I'm here, but I'm also going to beat you. And Gina said the same thing, but it didn't feel like you know, the intent on beating versus, I'll give you one of my terrible analogies. A good parent, if the child is doing bad, a good parent will still, well, I don't know, back in the day, I don't know about now, a good parent will still beat the child, but not to the point where the child is scarred for life. A bad parent will go in and beat the child because the parent had a bad day at work. There's that kind of difference. And that's what, okay, well, you know, this is where we're paid to fight. We're going to have this fight. And here it is. I do, however, want to see, and I said this on the show too, my ultimate match with Ronda and Cyborg. I would love to see that, but I don't think I'll ever get that match.
And that would have been more believable. That's going to be an actual fight. This, if you go compare to anything, this was set up like Jordan now coming to play LeBron one-on-one. And everybody talking about, man, that man the GOAT. He goes like Jordan's about to get his ass whooped. Jordan is not about this life no more. That man been retired. LeBron is still playing. Ronda Rousey still was sports active not too long ago. So that's why it's just like, I don't take it. I'm not putting none of that on Ronda. I'm like, yo, I legit think Ronda went in there, did what she was supposed to do, and made it happen. Mm-hmm. But for everything else on the rest of the side, there's too much of it, like too many things pointing to where, like, yo, the big folks upstairs were like, hey, we got an idea we're going to run by, so everybody still get a check. We get what we need, and everybody, you know, we still get the match at the end. So this is what I need to happen.
All right. Well, we are divided at that. So Shayna, don't come for me. I believe you. I don't think it's scripted. Will does. So, you know, we'll agree to disagree. With that being said, another big thing that happened for women on the weekend is Tiffany Nieves. She is the NWA World Women Champion. She actually, this is kind of a historical thing. She let me get the story up here. Hold on. Here we are. So she's the champion. She cashed in the Burke Invitational Gauntlet, which was anytime, anywhere title shots to unseed Real Markova. In doing that, the crown jewel of TVMA became the second Grand Slam champion in NWA history. It's Nieves and Kenzie Page. So definitely congratulations to her. She's been the TVMA champ for a while now. I am really curious to see what she's going to do with this kind of collective triple crown, and NWA is going to go. Any thoughts on Tiffany Nieves and her? She's been in the game for like 5 years. So as far as wrestling wise and where you see her?
I mean, shoot, sky's the limit. All you gotta do is stay healthy and keep staying in the know, and you're good to go. I want to see her collect more belts so I can see if she's gonna start getting hated on like Mercedes Moné was when she was collecting belts.
I mean, it's possible.
Same thing for Karrion Kross. He had 4 now. He get 5. I want to see everybody start hating. Everybody to start hating on Karrion Kross. Just like if you're gonna do it to Mercedes, you do it to the rest of these people collecting all these belts. Okay. I want to see hate in the comments. But congratulations to her. I just like seeing people. I just like seeing people thrive.
Yeah.
Like that. If she she's
been grinding for a minute too, so she's doing well.
And I don't know exactly what her like top goal is as a wrestler, but with the way that she's moving and stuff, it's whatever it is, it's not too far out of reach for her to obtain. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely see a run in AEW or WWE. Not necessarily that's the end goal for everything. However, to stack on your paper, I'm definitely, I might be wrong. MWA might have, billions and billions of dollars, but I think as far as, I mean, I don't know what the bank account looks like as far as money's concerned.
I mean, it's a bank account, but it ain't no. It ain't that. I'll tell you that.
Well, congratulations to Tiffany, and sky is the limit for her. With that being said, for our producer from the future, what do we have coming up for Raw today?
I like how she threw this in a private chat, like I knew what was happening on Raw. Like, hey, you do the Raw preview? Like, I got any information, slides, anything to give out. Just
pull it up on the WWE.com. That's
what if I don't have 9 tabs open like you? So I only got one screen.
I have more than you. Even if you have one screen, you could have more tabs open.
But then how I'm gonna see y'all in all the comments? Anyway, the Raw preview. The Tribal Nightmare is in the building, responding to the brutal attack that the Samoan Werewolf did to them last Monday, again as the main event, instead of having an actual match to close out the show. The Tribal Nightmare will be here to discuss that. We also have the women's tag team championships on the line. Paige and Paige's homegirl will defend the women's tag team championships against my client, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Are they going to win? Probably not, because for some reason they want to keep these belts on the half bellas, or whatever they're calling themselves. I don't know. The Paige Bellas. Who I don't know. But the titles are on the line tonight, so we will see what's going to happen. And then the Obafemi Open Challenge continues. Not sure how, since no one wants to face this guy. So not sure how this is going to go down. Maybe Penta answers and gives my client the Intercontinental title. And we just start having this run also include a championship. So some of this makes sense. And then we have the most greatest match in history right now. I mean, I'm talking about, listen, we've missed 3 WrestleMania moments with matches, and they for some reason keep getting put. This is the only thing that's keeping Raw up right now. I'm telling y'all, this is the only thing that keeps the ratings going. The original El Grande Americanos and the Los Americanos Hermanos will take on El Grande Americano and the Los Americanos in a trios tornado tag match. Oh my, listen, the stock just went up. The stock just, if it don't open the show, WWE don't care about Latinos. I said it. I'm throwing it out there because this is either opener or main event. It's just like, listen, it's so much Latino heat that's going to be in this building. Eddie damn near may come back and try to give himself another run. That's just how much magic is happening tonight in this match. So you do not want to miss it. Raw is somewhere tonight. I have no idea. I know it'll be in Inglewood one of these days because they mentioned it in the group chat. But Monday Night Raw, will there be a watch along?
It's on the east. It's on the East Coast. I believe it's in Queens, and Tony, Tantalizing Tony, is going to be there. So definitely look out for him. So yes. So there will not be a watch along. Will there be a mayor's corner? I don't know. We'll see. There was supposed to be one last week, and yes, a mayor's corner. The mayor was going to come out with his original show.
Isn't he at a con right now?
Isn't he at a con right now?
Yeah, I think he's at a con right now, covering for
No, he did that this weekend.
Okay, I don't know that man's schedule like that. I just see pictures.
Oh yeah, the mayor.
Calm down, TK. Okay, calm down. I'm not the one that missed the watch along. I'm here.
I am not saying that. I'm saying Tantalizing Tony is at Raw, so look out for him. And then the mayor was supposed to come out with his
so loud,
original.
But why you so loud?
Wow, telling a black woman that she's loud.
Well, because you yelling at me. Because you yelling at me.
I'll let the PR princess handle how it should have.
See,
the PR princess joined us.
That Ronda Rousey and this was scripted. Now I'm just getting yelled at by TK.
Wow.
He ain't at no con. He did that last weekend. I'm sorry.
The VR princess is here to handle it because, you know, the councilman is off the rails.
Now put her in the middle. So she the little guy. There we go. Switch her in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah, because TK is just upset with me today for some reason.
Wow. With that being said, how are you doing, Courtney?
I'm doing good. I'm recovering after an eventful 80s wrestling con over the weekend. We do have a lot of content happening, but shout out to Tommy Fiera and the rest of the team for putting on great work. Also, if you watch Ring of Honor, there's a lot of black excellence out there. So congratulations to everybody from our friend at WWT Red Velvet. AR Fox finally got a title. Yes, and also
it's about time, right?
Yes,
oh my God,
about time. And the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Need I say more?
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Just want you to know, Courtney, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Me and Shane Taylor are like this, son. And I just let you know, listen, I need a Nation of Domination photo with all y'all. Your councilman didn't for you. You're welcome. Okay.
And also shout out to Lee Moriarty too. Shout out to him.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Also, MDB 999 Iceman is out. I listened to, I think, about 75% of the album. We can discuss later. But let's hit that first story, Courtney. Big news. Big news as far as IYO SKY.
Oh,
and her wedding. I felt like, you know, the councilman wouldn't. Well, I don't know. The councilman may or may not get married eventually. But tell us about IYO SKY.
You see the shots? Yo, where the mayor? Because I don't usually take this.
Man,
how's that shots? I said may or may not. I don't know. Are you dating somebody now?
Expressed on here, I'd like to get married, and now you just throwing out the okay, TK. Okay, I see how this is this Monday. This is why I don't be on here Mondays. This is why I come on Wednesdays. The week done started, and we ain't got all of this hostility going on.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
all right,
but. What's they faces got married? IYO and Evil. I don't know how to say his name right now. I don't want to get canceled. So his name is Evil until I learn how to say the new name he got. But Evil and IYO SKY got married, which is just adorable. They look like anime characters.
Yeah.
It's just very, I was like, yo, it's just dope to see you. I think anything that happens to IYO, you're just happy about. That's really
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it's just whatever goes on with IYO, like we just want IYO to be protected at all costs. But shout out to her, man. I'm glad she finding love. Glad both of them are in the WWE, so they all both getting consistent checks. And you know, maybe something plays. And all I know is when I first saw this was like, yo, when is the Mix Max tag challenge coming back? Because we got enough couples now to make some stuff happen.
I don't think it's ever coming back.
I'm just like, yo, IYO and Evil versus Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. If we can't get this at the John Cena Classic or something, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So many.
apparently they kept this relationship under wraps for a period of time. And also in Japan, there is a reality show leading up to the wedding that we can look for. I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to get it, but definitely if you can, speak Japanese, you can look forward to that too. So congratulations to them. Let's talk about MLW and Stardom. What do they have going on, Courtney?
Yeah, so we had a very huge announcement that actually happened over the weekend on MLW's social pages. This actually occurred yesterday, where they're going to be doing a connection with Stardom. Announced that Stardom has entered an official partnership with MLW. This partnership will emphasize talent exchange, creative collaboration, and platforming athletes on new stages in Japan and America. And this is a really great opportunity because Stardom is a women's promotion in Japan. So it does provide a lot of opportunity for women to be in the spotlight. And of course, pairing off with a promotion like MLW, it does give a lot of exposure, and people have been wanting Stardom to come to the US. So this is a great opportunity. If you have not been following Stardom, you want to see their matches, this is a really great opportunity for them to come to the US.
Very much so. Any thoughts on this, Will?
Who pulled this picture up? Did you find this picture, Courtney?
Yeah, it was on their socials, MLW socials.
I promise you, this is the cover of their pitch deck. Whoever they said that this is the cover of their pitch deck. I feel it. I feel it. I was like, I know pitch deck covers when I see one. And this is it. But I think it's dope. Again, like we've talked about it when it comes to stuff like with WWE and like how, we don't feel like it's the greatest time for us as far as a viewer is concerned, but we live in a world now where you have more than enough wrestling to go around to be able to get your fix. And now just being able to see like two, in my mind, like big, I don't even want to call them indie companies, which again, two big wrestling companies that are coming together. And then now too, like we talked about, building that bridge across borders, like we've seen AEW do it with New Japan. We all have our opinions about it, but being able to see stuff like MLW bringing Stardom over here, which a lot of folks don't know a bunch of stars today came from, like Blake Monroe and IYO SKY. So I think it's really cool. I'm glad to see MLW continue to come up in the ranks as far as like a wrestling company, and I look forward to seeing the matches they put on, and hopefully they get televised too, like to where we can find somewhere to be able to watch them.
I know they're going to be live because I know they're coming to Philly in June for 2 days.
June 11th, NYC, Philly, June 12th.
Yes. So they're going to be popping up in the East Coast.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see more of this beyond wrestling where we are in society. I think we're going to definitely see way more partnerships with the smaller S companies. But with that being said, that is a very big partnership. And if you want to get, know some of the stars that star them, you can check out the Women's Wrestling Archive and definitely support.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive, support women's wrestling, donate today. All right, so there are some reports of a return of a former WWE star that's being heavily talked about. What is the deal with them, or the possibility of them coming? Which these reports, we'll get into it after, but what's the deal with them?
So, I mean, obviously, of course, formerly known as Baron Corbin, he goes as Bishop Dreyer. There has been a lot of talk from over the weekend that it has been heavily talked about, but it's courtesy of good old Uncle Dave that he says, quote unquote, been heavenly ongoing and could be tied to Danhausen's mystery partner SmackDown storyline. Pretty much Uncle Dave kind of goes into the fact where obviously we have seen Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin. He's been making rounds with Maple Leaf Pro, NWA, GCW. We talked about MLW and doing one AEW Dark match this year. But kind of Uncle Dave kind of goes into more detail, saying there have been ongoing reports, probably back in WWE. I have not heard it's a done deal, but I know it's been talked about, yes. And he also speculated, quote unquote, that Corbin could be the heart of the ongoing Danhausen Something Bigger tease on WWE SmackDown.
Will, we've kind of talked about this for weeks now, as far as where wrestling in WWE is going, and they let go of quite a few superstars. Do you think there is a place for Baron right now in WWE?
Nope. Or my bad. I always forget. I gotta give y'all
his signature sign.
I don't know where I put it at, so it might be wrong. No.
Why do you say nah?
Man, they ain't had no, because he should have never been let go in the first place. In my opinion. I think he was doing a great job at NXT. I think he was building towards something that we all could have began to take seriously, and then you let him go. I think it's going to be the same thing like you see with a Rusev, where y'all are involved in this kind of stuff, but you're really using it to put over the new talent. And it's like, just like I look at Rusev, like, what is like TK brings up, what is the payoff or the return on investment? So it's like, when does Rusev get his day? Is it going to be a title, or is it just him putting up other people and having dope matches? I feel it's going to be the same thing for Corbin, especially in the world we live in now where we're having such many micro stories. I think he's just going to fall to the wayside to those that they really want to pump up. So since I haven't seen him do as much as Bishop yet, and being able to really like make his way around the ranks like we're seeing a Karrion Kross, or like we're even seeing like with an Indy Hartwell and TNA, I don't think him returning to WWE is the best thing right now. Maybe a TNA run could be something good because of the history and knowledge that he has. He could really bring something there, and especially with the success we're seeing in Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander, I could see him becoming TNA champion, but at WWE, I feel like they're just he's going to be back in catering by the end of November.
Thank you, Special Little Nobody. So Maria was saying New Day gets released. New Day, as Special Little Nobody said, they chose to go, and that's the difference. But definitely, given all the other superstars that they let go, it is kind of one of those things where it's just like, what we doing, unless they have a built-in story for him already, and this is all allegations until we see him pop up on the screen. Any thoughts, Courtney? Do you think there is a place for Baron?
Not at WWE at the moment. I mean, Will kind of said it there. I think TNA would be a good one because TNA is kind of in a rebuild mode with everything, with the TNA World title, with their international title, with their X Division title. They're kind of in a rebuild mode, trying to figure out spots. And I think it would be a good opportunity for him to work with guys like Mike Santana, Steve Macklin, Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali. And I know he's injured, Trey Miguel. He's injured at the moment, but he could work well with him when he comes back. But there is a lot of opportunity there. And also with the fact, too, he's familiar with that. Plus, also with the fact, too, he does bust it open, too. So that could also be a win-win situation since he works alongside Tommy Dreamer, who also heads creative at TNA. So that could be an added bonus with that.
All right. Well, we have another possible new sign deal with AEW. Veteran wrestler reportedly signs new deal with AEW. Who do we have?
It's Mr. Paul Wright, who we know as, well, we know him as Big Show, but he goes by as Paul White over the weekend, courtesy of Fightful. His previous AEW contract was set to expire in 2026, but he has since agreed to sign a new deal to remain with the company. We're unsure of how length of his new contract is, but he is currently firmly under contract, and he's been a contribution across AEW roles since 2021. And, the recent that he did with Big Boom AJ and Big Justice, you've seen him do commentary for that. But he is on the ground. He has done promotional stuff for AEW, and he's been doing very, very well. And I will say this, because I was at the Queen of the Ring premiere in New York. He's very tall in person. He's very, very tall.
I feel like isn't he like 7 feet or like 6'9"?
Yeah, I was like, I would hope so. I would hope
something
he's tall.
Something like that. He's very tall in person.
I mean, did you expect her to be short?
I mean, some people you do run into, and you was like, dang, I was hoping you was that taller. Like I met Hellboy, like Braun Perlman, and I thought he was my height.
He is 7 feet tall.
They could just be saying that. Let's not act like people don't be lying about stuff. It's like Sasha Banks from Boston, Massachusetts. That woman is from California. Let's not act like height can't get lied about. Man, John Cena. I'm thinking John Cena gonna be taller than me. He right here to me. I'm like, man, he ain't that tall.
Really? John Cena seems tall though.
He does.
No.
I mean, to you short.
I'm short, you said? John
Yeah,
Cena is 6'1".
I'm 6'3". Well, I said he's like right here. I'm thinking like, oh man, I might have to look up to John. Now, Rock, I do got to kind of look up at. He is 6'5".
Yeah.
But like she said, you don't realize when you like look at Big Show, you like your full chin is extended out. You're like, oh yeah, you up there. Yeah, you up there. I didn't realize you was there. That's how I felt when I met Shaq. I was like, so what phone you trying to get today? And I'm 6'3", and I'm doing this. Never know.
Are you 6'3"?
Okay. Yes, I'm 6'3".
All right.
You see what I'm going through, Courtney?
What?
She was not like she AC me in person. You know what? She acted like this ever since I said that she posts her 90-day challenge never working out. It just be like, ever since I said that, she been acting real different.
And it's crazy. You
like, wow.
You guys you met in person before.
Right.
You know what? I don't know. It's like, it's kind of going to what you say. Like some people, like, it's like, yeah, you're 6'3", but it's like, are you 6'3"? Like, I know you're tall. It's not like I'm thinking you're short, but 6'3" is like tall, but I don't know.
I'm 5'2", and when I met Will Ospreay, he was a little bit tall in person. Like he was.
Oh well, yeah. Tall. You know, Courtney, everybody's gonna be tall to you. You're short. So
why is she acting like she ain't short?
I am 5'6.5". Thank you very much.
You are 5'5" at best. You are
my doctor says I am 5'6".
Remember, you ain't that taller than Sarah either. And we know how tall Sarah is. Yeah, you this Sarah. This is you and Sarah. Don't act like there's this gap between y'all. Y'all about this tall from each other.
Let's move on. 24 years ago, the British Bulldog passed away. Courtney, I know you have done some interviews with his daughter. Please discuss more, and we will continue on.
Yeah, so as you said, 24 years ago today, the British Bulldog shockingly, unexpectedly passed away. And it's kind of interesting because I was starting to get into wrestling in 2002, and I remembered WWE showed a video package of his unexpected passing. And when I saw how young he was, it was scary. It was like 39, 40, he passed away, which was very scary at that time. But if you grew up in the 80s and the early 90s, you realize he definitely was one of the most influential wrestlers, especially coming out of the UK. And that's really awesome to see because now I'm starting to learn about the history of UK wrestling. And he was definitely at the top of the list, obviously as a solo star, being in a tag team with the British Bulldogs, who I think they're a little bit underrated, but that's a conversation I'll have for another day when it comes to tag teams. But he definitely has an influence even to this day with the UK. I'm very happy I had the opportunity to interview his daughter, Georgia Smith, which was really great. It's on WWT's YouTube channel, and you could watch that because she really talks about the legacy of her father and what he means to them. And even to this day with the fan base. And I had a chance to meet his son, Harry, over the weekend at 80s Wrestling Con. And I'm really happy they're keeping the spirit alive. But we here at Women's Wrestling Talk do want to send condolences to the entire British Bulldog family and making sure his legacy is continued, especially in UK pro wrestling.
25 years is crazy. Will, any thoughts?
I wasn't rocking with the British Bulldog like that during that time. I came in the Attitude Era, but from the people I do know that did talk about British Bulldog like that or did like watch him, I'm not trying to compare deaths, but it almost feels like something as close as like when we saw Eddie Guerrero pass away. Like, I think it was very unexpected to people, and you find out just how much of an impact he had, not just overseas, but even here in America. Because, like, even again to this day, like, there are folks that still mimic him. There's still folks that utilize a lot of the things that he used to use. So, he's definitely one of those ones that left a tremendous impact. And even to this day, you could tell that he's missed. Definitely did better than Bret Hart. Tell you that. Better legacy than him any day. Any day of the week.
He married his sister, by the way. He married his sister.
Yeah, that whole story.
Greatest thing that family could have done. Yeah, was have the British Bulldog as a part of it.
Oh,
Smart
goodness.
choice.
All right. With that being said, I think we went through all the stuff. Actually, before you hopped on, Courtney, I feel like you can help decide. We are talking about Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. People are thinking that it was a work. I don't think it is. Will does think it is. So what say you? You thinking it's a work, or what do you think? Thoughts on that match?
Dear God, I hope it's not a work, because when I saw the results, I was like, 17 seconds? I mean, 17 seconds? And it's kind of crazy because when I was looking on the aftermath, some people said it was a work. I know Jim Cornette had a few words to say on Twitter today regarding that. I mean, I can't really speak on that. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it was a work, to be honest, because they're already getting paid enough money. You're already run by Jake Paul, Logan Paul's idiotic brother. That's a whole conversation on there, but by his promotion. So you kind of know the way that works, but also bringing in big butts. And I want to know how the viewership on Netflix, I really want to know the viewership. Like, I know a lot of people tuned in, but I'm very curious on what's that going to look like with the viewership. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all if it was a work. I know Ronda had a lot to say because I wasn't on Friday because she had a lot to say regarding WWE.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a twofold at that point. I mean, I want to say it's not a work, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't shock me if it was a work.
I'm doing a quick search because that is a good question. So according to Google, Ronda Rousey's return MMA match against Gina Carano on Netflix reportedly drew 27 million live viewers. This sets a massive record, making it the highest rated MMA show of all time. The in-person attendance at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood was reportedly at just around 15,000. So it's the highest rated MMA show. How does that compare to WWE? I mean, that would be interesting. But that's still a lot of folks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It sounds like you're siding with Courtney, Will. So I guess we can move on.
Because you know you're wrong. You already, as a wrestling fan,
I already said
you know a work when you see a work. That's what this was. It was a work, and it did. You know what? It did just what it was supposed to. Because you know why? Now and watching the previous two fights before, you know what this is. This is to impress those that have got down with Jake Paul's promotion to where they can continue to do this on Netflix. And that's what they needed. Those amount of numbers that they got, this is going to allow them to keep being able to do fights like that and be able to sign other folks from UFC to be able to have high ticketed paying dollars. Because the one thing all of them kept throwing out most of the night was, we're trying to make sure that the fighters get more money and better opportunity to be here. And them doing that, they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
On average, Raw draws 2.8 to 3 million global views weekly. So that's the comparison. And that's just to the show, not to like a PLE. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely, hope the presentation of it all. I don't know the sustainability. I talked to a couple of MMA and like boxing reporters, and that as far as the sustainability of picking, because there's no real like belt or sanctioned bodies, it's going to be kind of interesting how this comes in the long run, or is it just entertainment, and how often they do something like this. So we'll see how it all goes. With that being said, I think is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I think we covered everything that was on the thing.
There was something.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything that I missed?
There was something I was supposed to ask you about, but I saw.
Because I did talk about Ring of Honor. Shout out to them.
And
also happy birthday to the Blue Meanie, because it's his birthday today. So shout out to him for his birthday.
Happy birthday to Pyle Mayfield from WoW, and also shout out to WoW. If you watch this week's WoW, you will see yours truly on their episode. So shout out to WoW and David McLean. That was really fun to do. MTV, you really about this, Iceman.
Oh my god.
Zoe Stark comes out as a purist. She posts a video in ring return that came out. What else is there?
Oh, I had one. Did you know that in 1987 at WrestleMania 3, you could get a ringside seat for $30?
Oh my god. $30.
Thought you should know that. You could sit ringside with a dude with the green shirt with the smile on there. You could have been sitting there for $30 in 1987.
Man.
Just thought y'all should know.
Man, this world is a different place. With that being said, I feel that ending on a down note. So thanks, Will. Where can everybody? It's like a down note, meaning like obviously it's $30, but the fact that we can't afford the current tickets. I mean, I don't want to speak for Courtney or Will, but I'm assuming that we can't afford the current tickets, even in the nosebleed section, because they're probably going for like $500. It just speaks to society. I think we all are poor. I'm not paying $500 for a nosebleed section.
I wouldn't, even if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't pay $500 for a ticket.
Yeah.
If it was on the floor for $500, I would. If it was on if I could be on the floor, I'd pay $500 to go.
You would pay $500 to be on the floor for like a PLE or Raw? Because there's a difference.
Depending on what the Raw is. I'm gonna be honest, depending on what the Raw is. Like if I see John Cena, The Rock, and Roman Reigns all in one arena.
Well, that could be something. And also, Raw is coming to AC in a couple weeks, so it's coming next month. So
okay.
Depending on, like I said, depending on what it is.
There it is. All right, Courtney, where can everybody find you?
Well, the people can always find me chirping periodically on WWT Live as I can. Wednesdays, you know where to find me, because it's Timeless Elite Wednesday, because we're on the road to Double or Nothing. It is the final stop before Double or Nothing this weekend, and it's a special 3-hour edition. So 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Collision. You get to hang with me on Wednesday night. Double or Nothing, we shall see. Hopefully, either I'm on the ground or I'm getting a watch along. You will be getting coverage regarding Double or Nothing this weekend in Queens, New York. You do not want to miss it because they are this close into selling out this weekend, which is huge in Queens, New York. You can also follow me on my socials at Courtney NJ11 because I do have content from 80s Wrestling Con. I'm very happy that I got to interview the daughter of the Dynamite Kid. And I also got to interview Dave LaGreca, who was there at 80s Wrestling Con. So shout out to him and the rest of the team at Busted Open. They will be posted during the week. And we did capture a lot of good content, so we got more coming.
And shout out to the mayor. He was at the Ontario Comic Con as well, so he had some great interviews. He's doing mayoral things, and now he's back out in the street doing other things. Councilman, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on here consistently hating on TK until she actually posts her working out during her 90-day challenge. Otherwise, did you really do it? Did you really do it?
Wow.
Until I see.
I don't have time to set up a camera and do the whole work. I do the before or after. You want me to set up a camera?
There's never a before, though. There's never a before.
There is.
It's always this angle. Just got it in. Day 38 of 90. We in here. We getting it in.
Day 25.
You're like, Josh, tell them what we just did. Story goes off. Then it's just her in the tropical island posing. I'm like, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. You ain't slick. I do not believe it.
Wow.
If I didn't see you do a jump rope, I don't know if it's real.
Now I know how Ronda feels. All right, y'all. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. If you're wondering what Will is talking about, there's a 90-day challenge that I'm doing on the fitness level. There's some more stuff that's coming out with that. So keep it locked to that. But definitely keep it locked to all our new subscribers over the weekend. All 500 y'all. Definitely thank you guys for subscribing. I know you liking them stories. All that good stuff. So keep it locked. We have content coming out every single day. So keep it locked to all that stuff. So, thank you guys for joining us. Tell your friends and your friends' friends and your cousin and your ex-wife and your ex-husband and all the family them about WWT. We really, really appreciate it. Why are you looking like I'm crazy? You can be friends with your exes. Tell all them too.
Who calls their ex-wife and says, hey, you should check out WWT, by the way?
Why not? They might be.
I still talk to mine, and we're still friends. And he also watches wrestling. So
there it is. Will. So
Courtney don't fucking count. Courtney in PR. She don't count. She trained to do shit like that. She don't count. She does not. She does not count. She knows how to handle. Do you see how she handled Mayor when he said he gonna take over Wednesdays? Instant shutdown. Instant. I've never seen someone mad, calm, and saying "fuck you" at the same time with one facial expression. I'm like, yo, Courtney know how to do this. She should run for council because she is doing it right now.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Just saying.
She gonna take the mayor's job. You're gonna see Courtney on Raw. It'll be Courtney's corner.
That's cute.
If anyone could do it, I would definitely tell Mary, but like, hey, get your notes ready because you can't come in there half-ass with Courtney. She's gonna shut your ass down.
No.
Remember that.
I also have a little Matilda with me, so I have little Matilda that I got over the weekend at 80s Wrestling Con. So
nice. As little Beulah shows up to demand her food. All right, y'all. Well, like I said, thank you for my new subscribers. Really, really appreciate y'all. Keep supporting. And until next time, thank you for keeping it locked to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.